Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda, and it's Wednesday, so we're spending our Wednesday with William Shakespeare. This video is to kind of wrap up my month of The Merchant of Venice, which was, I understand, last month. I had meant to do a wrap-up video last Wednesday, but here's what happened. So I try to, when I read these plays, I read the play and then I try to watch at least one performance of some sort, and I try to read some kind of retelling or adaptation of it. And I had watched a performance, and I'll get to that in a moment, but I was listening to a book called Shylock is My Name by Howard Jacobson, and I hadn't finished it, and I wanted to finish it before I did this video. That was last week. Since then, I ended up soft DNFing that book, only because I realized that audio was not the way for me to go with that. I need to be reading it in print. So I soft DNF'd it. I will read it at some point in the future. But yeah, so we're just put that out of our minds. I am going to read it. However, I did do another adaptation. So I have this book, That Way Madness Lies, Shakespeare's Most Notable Works Reimagined, edited by Dahlia Adler. I found out about this from Maria Andrea at Books and Bocadillos because she had this, and she was talking about, she read the short story based on The Winter's Tale, which I also read. It was better than the play. And I also read their Coriolanus one, but they have a retelling of The Merchant of Venice. And that one actually is written by Dahlia Adler. This is an anthology, so there's lots of different authors, but that one is Dahlia Adler's. And these are young adult stories. They're set in contemporary times, high school students. So I was really interested to see how this one would work. It's called I Bleed. And basically you have your two guys, Tony and Bass, who they need money. Tony borrowed money from Bass. Bass needs it back, but Tony doesn't have it. So he's going to go to this kid he's been bullying named Shy, who is Shylock, and is going to kind of try to get a loan from him. So Shylock's like, okay, you want this money? Because he has it. He has his bar mitzvah money. And he says, here's the deal. I'm going to make you sign a contract. And if you don't pay it, I want this tattoo you have on your arm, because he has an offensive, an anti-Semitic tattoo on his arm. And it kind of goes from there. I was actually really impressed with the short story. This is a hard play to do because there is so much anti-Semitism in it. And how do you kind of navigate that? Well, Dahlia Adler just took the bull by the horns, and she made this a story about anti-Semitism. And she did it so well. Young adult is not something I'm gravitated to, probably because I live with two young adults, and in my reading, I need a break from that. But I just thought this was a really effective story. I would definitely recommend this short story collection of the stories. I've only read 3 stories because I'm reading them as they come up in here, but that one was my favorite of the 3 that I have read so far. Really, really smart, strong retelling, and not long to read. It's only about 20 pages. Now, as I said, I did watch a performance of it. I watched a Royal Shakespeare Company performance from, I want to say 2019, but I'm not sure about that. I have Marquee TV, which is a streaming service. I have both Marquee TV and Broadway HD. And they both have some different Shakespeare plays, and most of the RSC ones are on Marquee TV. And so I watched that. It was interesting. So the set for this is very sparse. There basically isn't a set. For most of it, you have a bare stage, which is fine. It's also, that kind of gives it the sort of like modern day, but not really set in any time kind of feel, which works. The performances are all really good, and the actor who played Shylock was amazing. Shylock's speech is fantastic. My only problem is I didn't agree with some of the characterizations of some of the characters, specifically Portia. I think Portia should be a bit of a badass, and she wasn't in this production. I had hoped to watch another production before doing this video, but my kids are watching, I don't know what the hell they're watching on TV, but I never get the television, so I didn't get the chance to watch something else. But yes, so I just thought, I think that as far as updating and really kind of modern, how should I put this? Not really modernizing, but taking the message of The Merchant of Venice and making it something that is powerful to modern audiences, I think that this was a better selection than just a performance of it, even though they tried to set that in modern times. Not that I don't recommend seeing a production of it, just so you know. I had a lot of discussions after my first video in the comments, the first video that I did on this, because I talked quite a bit about the anti-Semitism in this. And I really appreciate those comments. Yes, this is an anti-Semitic play. It wasn't anti-Semitic when it was written. It's a reflection of the time. That doesn't make the anti-Semitism okay. But I think that through Modernize and noticing it, so this was the trouble I kind of had with this play. Like, how are we supposed to see this now? Because I got very stuck on the anti-Semitism when I first read it. But, you know, and anti-Semitism is bad, which it is. But I think that in this play, you could read it in a different way to kind of see a condemnation of anti-Semitism, even though that's not what it was. Just through a Modernize, this is the lens that we see it, and we can see now that this is a condemnation of anti-Semitism. It has a fantastic speech. Shylock's speech is fantastic in it. The play, just for that, is wonderful. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Merchant of Venice, on this, my books. And before I let you go, just a reminder, in August we are doing Cymbeline. I have not yet started it because I'm waiting for my audio. I am going to do a dual listen and read at the same time. Then in September we have SHAKETEMBER. Now, I'm not a host of SHAKETEMBER, but we're kind of, you know, we're kind of going along with SHAKETEMBER. I will actually link in this one the hosts to SHAKETEMBER, so you can go see their videos. And for our play, usually I draw out of my tin, but Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading sent me in advance, I got a sneak peek, you guys, sent me in advance the plays that they're doing for SHAKETEMBER, one of which is Cymbeline. So what I did was I took Cymbeline off the list and I did a poll on my Discord of the remaining plays for us to vote on what we're going to do in September. And that poll is still open for a couple more days. So if you would like to vote on that, just go to my Discord and you can vote there. In fact, let me tell you what the plays are in case you missed it. I, of course, am not in the right place. Okay, so the plays that we're voting on are Titus Andronicus, King Lear, Twelfth Night, Macbeth, and The Tempest. There is one that's ahead by a lot, but not so much that, you know, if a lot of people had wanted to put a vote in, they could. It looks like this is going to be open for 3 more days. And just keep in mind, any play that we don't read out of this, we're still going to eventually read. So it will at some point come out of here. But yes, so if you want to join my Discord, the information is down below. The links to the hosts for SHAKETEMBER is also down below. And I hope that you'll join us for Cymbeline. I am excited to read it because I know nothing about it. I have nothing. It's completely new to me. And yeah, so I will be back next week with another Wednesday with Will. I'm going to tell you what our September play is going to be, because by that time the play will be, the poll will be closed, and we'll announce our September play. And again, it goes along with SHAKETEMBER, so I invite you to also participate in SHAKETEMBER. And yeah, so thank you very much. Like, subscribe, join my Discord, visit the hosts for SHAKETEMBER, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.